Decided to take a day off city life and rent a campsite. Having a little snack, a turkey hoagie, and a kiwi strawberry sparkling water. I just felt like taking a day to do nothing. I spent most of the day just sitting around, went to the grocery, and realized I wasn't going to work today. I started looking at campsites and found this place. I'm not even sure where I'm at. Let me go get my paper. So this is Casper's Wilderness Park, San Juan Capistrano. It looks like it's about 30 minutes from the Irvine area where I was at. On this map, it looks pretty close to PCH. It's just, there's PCH right there, and it's just right up this highway, probably about 20 miles. There's a bunch of different campgrounds. Well, 3 different campgrounds. This is what they gave me, all the spots that were available. There's supposed to be some trails and stuff around here too. I don't really know if I'll do any hiking. I just kind of wanted to relax. I may just walk around the campground. I don't want to disturb other people though. There's not many people here, but there's probably 5 or 6 sites taken up, at least right now. I did notice when I was driving around to find a site to rent, he let me come check it out first to pick a site and then go back and pay for it. There was a couple nice campsites that were empty, but they were marked as not available. So it's probably people that know the campsite already and know what spot they want that just called ahead and reserved the spot. This spot's pretty nice though. There's one campsite right here. It's not rented yet. I guess it could get rented. And there's one right here, but this one's like not very good. It's tiny and it's in the sun, so I doubt anybody will pick that one. And then on that side of me is just woods, and there's like a little hill that goes up to the next area. You know, when I first started doing this back in early 2024 into 2023 is when I got the car. I bought and threw all the stuff in the car, like the camping stove and the propane and the camping chair and then the table to set up the stove, and I had all that stuff. And what I found for me, I never really used it. You know, it would be handy to have all that stuff right now. But the problem for me, I can't justify taking up all that room in my car. If I start doing it more often, it might be worth getting like a little stove and like a little folding table. I went to the grocery today and bought peanut butter wheat thins, some sparkling water. I bought 6 eggs. I'm gonna cook those in the morning. Got some bananas, got some hoagie buns. I already had turkey. And I think the plan is just to relax all night and just put on some weight. Just eat about 3,000 calories and feel. I actually bought some chocolate too, some just like great value dark chocolate. I haven't had chocolate in months. I kind of wanted to splurge a little bit. I don't know if I'm really gonna have a dinner. I'm probably just gonna snack all night. I'm definitely gonna make eggs in the morning though. I have my little mini cooker. That's how I cook eggs normally. I want to show you how I do it. Some little great value dark chocolate. Oh, man, I haven't had chocolate in so long. Get the react. I didn't go all out. I got 50% dark chocolate, so at least it's a little bit healthier than milk chocolate, but I doubt it's much healthier. Still got a bunch of sugar in it. This one pack is 100% of your daily intake for sugar. And I'm someone who used to be, I was definitely pre-diabetic for a long time. But since I've been eating healthier, I don't have any of the symptoms anymore that I used to have. So, or maybe I got rid of it I don't know if that's something you can do, but when I was in my 20s and early 30s, I consumed a stupid amount of sugar. There was a time where I was drinking like multiple 2 liters a day of Mountain Dew. It's kind of wild what we do to our bodies in this country. I say that as I eat chocolate, but like I said, this has been months since I've had any of this. This is kind of just a nice little camping treat. I eat pretty healthy for the most part. All I really eat is tuna, chicken, turkey, apples, bananas, wheat thins, peanut butter. Like it's like natural peanut butter too. It's not Jif with, it's just sugar, eggs, avocados. I was gonna get an avocado to put in my eggs tomorrow, but they were $4 at the supermarket that I stopped at right down the street. Just weird supermarket name I've never heard of. But you could just tell it was one of the supermarkets where like rich people go. The eggs were like $1 a piece. It was like $12 for a carton of eggs, so I got a little 6-pack. But I'm not paying $4 for an avocado, so I skipped it. Avocados should be like $1. It's funny. When you don't eat this for a while, it's just not even really good. My brain still is like, eat it. Eat it, you bitch. I'll tell you what though, donuts are my weakness. Maple bars, every time I go in the grocery, I walk over there and I stare at them. I always have this thought, you can just have one. And I go in the grocery like every day because I basically buy my food for the day every day. So if I just had one a day, that wouldn't be very good. But I just go stare at them. Just like, I rarely get one. It's been probably 3 weeks since I've had one. So there's like 20 trips I've gone and stared at them and haven't got one. And when I do get one, I make sure I spread it out till the next one. I'm kind of somebody who believes in the atomic habits rule of missing one day or screwing up one day is perfectly fine. It's just a mistake. But 2 days in a row is the start of a new habit. So that's kind of my philosophy with stuff like that. I try to go as long as I can, and then inevitably comes a day where I'm just like today with this, where I'm just like, you know what, I'm doing it. I buy it now. I'll eat a few of these today. I'll probably just eat this whole thing today because if I keep it in the car, I'll just constantly think about it. So I'll just finish this off tonight and then I'll be like, okay, I'm good on chocolate for who knows how long. Pretty sure I just smashed a mosquito on my neck and I got blood all over my fingers. I don't think that's probably my blood. I think that's blood from inside of him. Ugh. I have a bad habit of chewing my fingernails. I got some alcohol, so I needed to clean that off before I stuck my finger in my mouth with some blood on it. This is nice though. This is actually the first campsite I've ever paid for. I've done a lot of wild camping, but it's always been on BLM. And there's like not much BLM around Orange County, so I just decided instead of driving around and looking for hours to find something, I just decided to just pay the $20. It's just $20. Who cares? I'm gonna get up, make some eggs, probably do some editing. I don't know how long I'll stay. We'll see. I think I might do some editing right now, though. It's a little chilly this morning. It's like a high mid-60s today. We're gonna make some eggs. Oh. This thing right here, it's a little dirty. This thing's awesome. It cooks eggs like perfectly, really quickly, pulls like no power. And it was like 15 bucks. Not much counter space here. Picnic table right there, but it's like soaked from like condensation, so I don't really want to use it. 6 eggs, some turkey pep, and some seasoning. That's all I'm going to put in there. Give it some heat and a little scramble. I usually let the eggs start to cook before I add anything else in there. It is quick, but it's not as quick as like a stove. Since it pulls such low power, it takes a couple minutes to get up to heat and then, 3 or 4 minutes to cook it. I usually just do this in the car. All right, throw this is like some avocado toast seasoning. It's just got salt, pepper, onion, red pepper, dried tomato, parsley. It's just a bunch of random spices thrown together. And then this is what I usually add into it, just turkey pepperoni. It just gives it a little extra flavor and some protein. Sun's starting to peek out a little bit. Not really sure what I'm going to do the rest of the day. I filmed a video here yesterday. I think I'm probably going to go. Well, the video's already done. I've already edited it. I can't really upload it here. I don't like uploading on my hotspot because it just takes forever. Plus, I kind of need some coffee today. So I think the play is eat this and then drive into town, go to Panera, work on the thumbnail, and upload it. By that time, it'll probably be dinner. So then I'll probably do some working, make a little money. I didn't work at all yesterday, so sounds like a plan. There are so many squirrels around here. They are just everywhere. I could hear them last night all night just scuffling around. It's all good though. We're on their land right now. They're probably like, why the hell is this guy in my yard? I just like to keep mixing it because it'll stick to the bottom. So basically what happens is the bottom gets hot, right? So the egg forms at the bottom and like sticks to the bottom. So you have to like keep stirring it and peeling the part that's like starting to form off and let that liquid get on the bottom, and then it just like slowly cooks it from the bottom up. I was going to pay attention to how much power this used. As you can see here, it's pulling about 215 watts. And when I started this, I think this was at like 73. So it's used about 8% of its power so far, and they're pretty much done. Once it starts forming up, it doesn't take that long to finish. And then you can kind of unplug it a little bit early because it stays hot and it just continues to cook even without power. I mean, it's getting pretty close. They're still a little runny right now. Once it gets most of the liquid out, I usually just turn it off and let it just cook the rest of the way with no power. It's one of my favorite waters, tangerine mango. The cherry limeade is also very good. Very good. All right, it is pretty much done. I'm gonna turn it off. So it used about 64, used about 9% of the jackery to cook eggs. Not too bad. The best part about this as well, it doubles as a bowl. So you don't even have to have bowls. I just eat right out of this thing and then just clean it right away. There's a bunch of little squirrels running around over there. It's hunting for some acorns. Oh, there's another one behind the bush there. See the top of his head, like right here. Oh, there he is. Whoop. I thought about getting a spot on the beach because I'm like 20 miles from the beach. And there are some campgrounds there, but when I got to looking at the prices, I could rent a hotel room for the price it costs to just get a campsite on the beach with like no hookups. It was like $70-$80 a night. The West Coast is nice though, because when you camp on the West Coast, you get the sunset over the water, which is always nice. But there are plenty of places to get that for free. I've done my fair share of camping on the Oregon coast, Northern California coast. Would recommend. This campground is pretty relaxed. There's a no pet policy here, which most people that do this lifestyle, especially if you have like a Sprinter van or something, most of the time they have animals. Because one of the downsides of this life is you don't have as much human contact. You know, you're out in the woods a lot, you're driving a lot. You know, if you're not doing it with like a significant other or a friend or something, you're alone most of the time. So it helps to have an animal. So that means this campground's pretty relaxed and chill because if you have an animal, you can't stay here. I was wondering why that was, but now that I'm here, I kind of realize like there's so much wildlife. There's rabbits and squirrels and all kinds of little critters running around. You know, if you brought a dog that wasn't well behaved, he would just be running around chasing all the animals everywhere. Plus, if you don't allow dogs, you don't have to worry about cleaning up after them. Yesterday was the first day since I threw out my back that I haven't wanted to like munch on a leaf all day. Hopefully this gets better soon because I really need to get back in the gym. I tried to get back in the gym a few days ago and I did one set of incline bench and it just felt awful. I decided it's better not to push it and re-injure it because then it'll just be longer. Maybe I'll get in there and do a leg day. I could probably do legs and not re-injure it, but at the same time, I just don't want to take the chance. Because if I tweak it again, you never know when if you're doing like a leg press, it could tweak something in your back. Then I'd just be out for another week. So it's just, I don't know. Just got to let it heal. I'm not very good with patience though. It's something I'm working on. I'm a very instant gratification type of person. And I really want that to change. So I'm working on it. I haven't been able to really clean this thing in a while because I don't have running water. So I'm going to do that now. Some kind of like sponge or something would be nice right now. I don't have none of that though. It's all good. I'll make it work. I used to have the whole little kitchen setup. The stove, the spray bottles and all that stuff. When I first started, I was like, yeah, I need all this stuff. And then I realized I'm not somebody who's going to wild camp very often. So at least for now, I'd like to get more into it. But when you work as much as I do, you need a city to work, and it's just easier to stealth in the city when you're in a Prius. You know, I don't want to pay for campsites all the time. When I was in Oregon, there was BLM that was pretty close to Bend, you know, 15 minutes away. So if I felt like getting away, I would just go out there. But in Orange County, there's really not any BLM. So it's all paid campsites, and I'm not trying to pay $20 a night to sleep. That's the cleanest it's been since I bought it. You know, this has been nice. I need to do this more often, but it's almost time. I'm about to get kicked out of here, so I'm going to get packed up, put my Jackery back in, stow all my trash away, and I don't know, just get the day started. All right, Jackery back in. That's a pain in the ass. I don't want to do that again. But if I'm going to cook outside, I have to pull it out because the cord to that my mini cooker is like 2 feet long. Let's take these off. Little window covers. These things are like a necessity when you're wild camping. If you want to be able to roll your windows down, they're inexpensive and they take up 0 room. So it's like a no-brainer. Funny thing is, I see people stealthing in cities with these on their windows, and it kind of defeats the purpose of stealthing, because if you see somebody with these, you immediately know that somebody's sleeping in there. At least I do. You know, I kind of think of the way of someone that does this. Most people will probably see that and not even give a second thought to it. But when I see that, I immediately know someone's camping in there. Let's get out of here.